Welcome back to Tabletop Nerdcast. I'm Mike, and I'm going to be your GM this evening. And this is Galactic Youth, our Star Wars Age of Rebellion campaign. And last time on Galactic Youth...
It's time to get busy leaving or get busy dying, guys.
To the elevator! We'll send you a postcard.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch our last episode. This is how our players played it. Although it seemed more like everybody's hair was on fire, except for Rick's. And we had to get the joke in there. We had to get the joke in there once. All right. Anyway, back to it. You guys have shut the turbo lift door, leaving Thos behind you on another turbo lift. And you're now plummeting down as quickly as you can to one of the lowest floors that the turbo lift has. Now, Jack is fighting every instinct that he has as a kid to push every floor and every button.
I'll break his fingers.
But after a mere, I'd say, 10 or 15 seconds, you just feel the whole building kind of shudder at one point. And you hear this massive, just kind of almost hollow, echoey thud that, right afterwards. So you can tell that something's happened. Something has impacted this building. And the only thing that you can kind of maybe put two and two together is that Thros' crew fired on the building in order to be able to get a
weapon
problem.
to shake a building.
Well, you hit a building with a starship weapon, and
Yeah.
you can cause
This
problems.
building's also like a pillar sitting on like nothing.
It's not a shielded starship. So
Yes.
So, with that, it only happens one time, but you start to hear other sirens go off, as different levels. You see different lights start flashing over on the turbo lifts. It kind of shakes and stutters for a second. And then after about another 10 or 15 seconds, as these turbo lifts are lightning fast, it brings you down to the lowest level that it has. And the door starts to open and just flashes open on you guys. What would you like to do?
Walk out.
I crouch.
You
down.
crouch. All right. So you walk out and you crouch down. You're hiding right behind the door or something?
Kind of,
What are you
yes.
doing?
Walk out with them.
Jack's going to do the smart thing, and he's going to crouch on the other side. And as you guys walk out, you kind of look, and it's very reminiscent of what you saw kind of on the first floor when you were first brought in. But instead of being hallways going off to each side, what you see is different subsets of offices that are located around. And the turbo lift that you're on, there is a wall right behind you, and it's not a wall that goes all the way up to the ceiling, but behind that you can see another turbo lift shaft behind that wall. So if you were to see this,
Uh-oh, I think we're gonna see something on the screen.
what? What did you just say? No, share with the rest of the group.
He's whispering sweet nothings in my ear.
If it's not able to share it with the rest of the class, then you shouldn't share it at all.
I said Turbo Shaft was your nickname in middle school.
Yeah. Well,
Woo!
yes, it was.
Why yes? Yes, it was.
Oh, things
I
are
turbo
happening.
shafted everything.
Oh, did you make
I'm not afraid to admit it. So basically, you guys are coming out of the turbo shaft that's sitting right here, and you can see these different offices and a couple of different doors that are around and about. But what you can see is this particular area right here doesn't go from floor to ceiling, is what I was talking about. So in the center of this, what looks to be, and it's the same shape as the rest of the prison that you saw. So it's kind of this just oblong circle. But what you would end up with, or an oval shape, but what you would end up with seeing is you would see the turbo shaft sitting just on the adjacent side of the wall from there. Now, the only thing that I will say is you can try and make some assumptions about what you want to do, but this is the layout of what you're looking at.
Are there any doors on the outside of any kind?
No, there are not.
Were there any floors underneath us?
Not according to the turbo shaft you were just in.
Okay, which shaft did we come out of?
You came out of this one up on the top
Excellent.
side.
Does it sound like there's anybody down here?
Yeah, you guys can look and listen, do whatever you want to do. I mean, what would you like to do?
What are these guys?
Those are all offices.
Do we still hear alarms? Or we pass?
As the best that you can tell, they just look like offices.
I'm going to do a perception check.
I can go check. I'll let you guys form a plan. Take 2 seconds.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, we've got to check out these offices. There's no doors that we can see, so
Okay,
we
he's gone. Let's check out his.
I think we're seeing what's on his computer.
And these are just offices as well, or
I don't know what. But this seems to just go straight up into the back up into the building. Since this is the shape of the building we're in.
So are these white spaces windows?
Or
Those would actually be full blast doors that you see sealed.
Put on my visor and meditate.
right now?
All right.
I'll get back in the elevator first, I guess.
I'm doing a perception check.
Okay. All right, you can do a meditation check.
And how hard is? What's the difficulty? Just
Perception, I will give it to you for a easy. Right now, you don't see anything outside.
Difficulty?
okay.
Average.
3 advantage.
Well, it looks like office space.
Hmm.
There appears to be some doors and some, blast doors that are sitting
So
there.
do I just heal straight? Since we seem to have been out of the fire.
You feel like it's a calming breath in a moment where you don't have something crazy going on.
Okay.
You still do hear alarms going off above you.
I got one success.
I'm gonna
You
move
got
out.
one success. All right. And what are you doing? Thinking.
I'm trying to contact Antennial.
Okay. So
Antinous.
you kind of tennis.
Antennas.
You kind of reach out with your mind, and in a split moment, you hear, and you're brought into that just dream space real quick. Yes, Aaron.
We're on the bottom level, but I can't see a way out from here. Can you give me any insight? On the bottom
Where
level,
did-
according to the turbo lift, there are some offices around us. There are. It's fairly symmetrical.
If you look on the computer screen, in your
There are 4. It looks like 4 square offices and 4 L-shaped offices surrounding this space.
Okay, you're on the lowest operating level. You have to head to the other turbo lift.
Okay.
This
That
is
the
a
one that we
security
sent
level.
up.
This is a security level. No, there are turbo lifts all over this facility. This is a security level that only allows transition point to take place. It does not allow you to go to the lowest levels yet.
I see. So we go
The other
around.
turbo lift will only go up maybe a few floors to central processing.
Is that where
but
we
it
need
goes
to be?
down.
You need to go down.
So how do we go down?
Okay. Let me rephrase out of character here as we
Yeah.
go through. So he's implying that one turbo lift will take you all the way up. The other turbo lift, it caps a
Right.
few floors ahead,
I got that.
atop of you.
And then
It's intended to be one of those where you have to make a switch before you can go any lower.
Yeah.
So we need to go up
No.
and then back
No,
down.
we just need to get into this other turbo lift. It'll go deeper.
That's
this
what I was
one is
asking.
Yes.
Do we
bottom
need to
down.
go around and go into the
Yes,
other turbo?
Yes.
lift?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking we should do.
Yes.
Okay, so we just need to get in the other turbo lift, and
But
where
we
do we
shut
need to
that
go
one
from
down.
there?
Almost all of the guards should be gone.
Can you turn on that turbo lift, which I believe we have turned off?
It's done.
Thank you.
Okay.
You also are not in this conversation.
You're right.
I
Fades
take off
away.
the visor and I say, "Okay, we go to the other turbo lift." And I take off.
I still want to
around
try
the
that
thing.
visor again. Cool sunglasses, man.
All right.
The sunglasses of infinite wisdom.
So as you guys circle around,
Imperial might.
as you guys circle around this side right here, I would like for everyone to make me a average
Yes.
perception check, please.
Success. One threat.
Three.
Strain.
3 advantage, no success.
You are just one happy-go-lucky dude.
So
That fits with the Jamaican thing.
Yeah, man.
So your perception check is going to be
Cunning.
your cunning,
Oh.
unless you have a pip in perception.
Oh, yeah. Let me do that right now. Cunning.
You do not have skill and perception.
So it's just 3. It's your cunning, which is 2, right?
Yeah. And then 2 greens, 2 purples?
2 greens, 2 purples.
All right, yeah. Looks like I have a failure and
Advantage.
advantage. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't hear or see anything. You're too busy kind of focusing on, what's all transpiring. Moringa, you don't hear or see anything. You're just like, dude, wow, this is kind of... All right, how do we get out of here? And you're still kind of tripping on the fact that he's telling you now where to go after putting his visor on.
And I just bend over when the blaster bolts happen to shoot
Now.
over my head.
Hey, Aaron, you hear cladded footsteps coming from around this side.
Coming toward us. So like
Coming
if
towards you.
we're coming this way, he's coming this way.
Ooh, look
Yep.
at the little streaks of light.
Okay, I say, okay, turn around, go the other way. So we turn around and we'll go around the other direction.
All right. So you guys head back around the other direction. Are y'all just coming around the corner, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, video game style. I mean, I'm listening using that perception check.
Well, you would need to make another perception check.
Well, you didn't detail that.
One perception check does not last when you change the circumstances. You went another direction.
That is another success. The advantage and threat wash out.
This time, I had success and threat.
All right. And you got nothing?
No,
Okay, you're still kind of oblivious to this whole scenario.
I'm just tall and oblivious.
You two, obviously, do whatever you need to with strain, or if you want to pass a boost or whatever for the next turn, you can. But you two both hear steps coming this direction as well.
Let's make a run for it. I'm going to make a run for the turbo lift.
He makes a run for the turbo lift.
All right. You make a run for the turbo lift. Anybody else? Jack's right behind you.
So you're going to take off. I quickly say, scream, and I take off too.
All right.
Everybody roll initiative.
Which is...
In this case, it is going to be a cool check.
Yes.
Ooh, water sandwich. And the Sunday go to Newton's button.
So cool is right here. You have no
Nothing.
ranks in it, so it's your present.
I think I'm going to roll.
Thank you.
Wow, we 3 success, 2 advantage.
Oh, man. How many dice did you roll? Oh, you got 3.
I've got 3 impressives. It's
Yes.
finally coming into play.
I'm seeing that.
What's yours?
I got a success and a 2 advantage.
I have a success and a threat.
Okay.
No, there should be no negative dice in this
Oh,
particular
whoops.
roll. So 2 successes.
2 successes.
I rolled a despair!
No!
Yeah, sorry, initiative has no negative dice.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is his first combat sequence.
Yeah, right.
So, you come bolting around the corner, and Jack comes bolting around the corner. First up is a PC turn. But what you see in front of you is down the hallway, which would be far over here at this point, you see one guard who looks like he's on patrol this direction, and his back is facing you. However, as you're bolting around this direction, you see a guard walking directly at you.
And it's a PC turn first. What's the initiative
It is
order?
a PC turn.
I nail him.
Hang on,
PC, NPC, PC, NPC, and then 2 PCs. Because Jack is in the mix.
Yeah.
I'm going to charge into him.
Okay.
Alright.
I mean, he's in our way, right?
Yes.
Boom! Full tilt boogie.
You're going to try and do a brawl in on him?
Yes, I
Don't
am.
forget to take off your necklace before you do it.
Ah.
Necklace is powered off.
Oh, is it powered on?
So,
I thought
is
you
that
said it was
one?
powered
Is
on.
that just
Well,
one?
it's powered on, but it's not locked on, so it doesn't activate.
Oh, right.
Say again?
Is that just one?
So it is a melee attack, which is always 2 purples.
2 purples.
Yep.
All right. I had 6 success
Oh my god.
Wait, no, seriously?
Seriously,
He
6
does.
success
I'm looking at him.
with 3 threat.
He tackled him and also cut him in half. Like, I don't understand.
Wow. Okay, so what's your brawn?
3.
Woo!
And I actually have
And how much
1
advantage do you
in
have?
brawn.
He has no advantage. He only
Or
has
threat?
threat.
So that's gonna be 9 big ones.
Yeah, that really is.
That's 9 big ones.
He explodes as he gets
You come just like barreling
I
around
couldn't
the
roll
corner.
any higher.
No, you couldn't. You come barreling around the corner, and you go flying into him like hockey style. I don't know what the heck. You just like, there's some glass over here, and I'm gonna check him as hard as I can, and you end up checking him just like underneath the chin and smacking his head up into the wall that's sitting down right next to the other side of the turbo lift.
And then you see a Peace Corps badge across his chest.
And you just hear this eerie crunch as you do it. And he just kind of falls down to his side.
So I was running and I slowed way down like,
Man, I'm sorry, man.
Don't piss off the peace addict. Wow. Okay.
So,
I was not expecting that.
no, I wasn't expecting. Nobody expected that. Was anybody out there expecting that? No.
no one ever expects the Nautilus Inquisition.
That's right.
All right. So next up is another PC turn. I'm simply going to say this. The other dude heard a thud, but hasn't had a chance to react yet.
I don't have any brawn, bro.
I got some brawn.
But you also have a voice.
Yeah, I don't want to completely
Do
ring.
you know any Sinatra?
We don't know if there's anybody else down here. If there's a way we can take this cat out quick and quiet like.
No, without making too much
Quiet
noise.
like. I wasn't too quiet.
Well, that's true.
It takes,
you
it takes me
quiet.
make some noise.
You body checked him,
I
and you
think
body
you
checked
should
him
go
into
and
something.
scream.
Does he
This
have
cat.
anything on him?
All right.
Well, you're in combat, so
I know.
it's not your turn yet.
I know.
6 damage.
Yeah, for critical.
And what's the
It's short range.
the skill is your resilience. So that's your brawn. That's not bad. So it'll be 2 green, 1 purple. He's gonna scream at him. He's gonna move forward and yell at the
I'm
man.
gonna do
All right, so you're going to move over to here to engage this other guy.
Well, he just has to be in short range.
Well,
No.
yeah, but that means that you guys are probably, and I'm just going to do this with points. You're probably about right here because you were running behind him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, put it just on the edge. I'm just trying to make sure that there's some reference
Oh
there.
my gosh! That's another 9er.
What in the hell are you people on?
Because it's a 6 damage and he rolled 3 successes.
But it's all stun.
That's fine.
Yeah. I don't need to play.
I don't need to kill him.
So you just hear this. You just hear this kind of come out of the Ithorian, and y'all are all looking at him like, what the heck?
It's more high pitched, just like when the woman screams and breaks the glass.
You see some of the like the plexiglass and some windows around you, and it's just start vibrating, and this dude is just like, you know, all of a sudden you just kind of see the eyes and just roll back in his head, and he's like, falls over to the
And I
ground.
look into the authority.
Again.
I'm the weakest dude around here, and I'm talking crap.
I take my visor and throw it away.
I just need them.
I get in the turbo.
He meditates. I don't feel so
All
good. Thrawn.
Jack
Thrawn.
Jack immediately runs up to the body of the one that you
Oh,
checked.
good call. Yeah, we need blasters.
And you're the closest one over there. So if you guys would, what would you like to do?
I wanted to check to see if he
No.
had any. I'm still looking for a
Told you
weapon.
he had Peace Corps written across his chest.
Well, he ain't got, his chest is not there anymore.
All right. So what you find on each one of them, obviously each one of them is just wearing a standard guard uniform. They do have an ID badge that is, you know, kind of a code cylinder-esque ID badge that is sitting over on their shoulder. Each one of them is wearing kind of like just what looks like a strap-on a vest for armor.
Okay.
And you know, as each one of them did have a blaster pistol, but they hadn't even had a chance to draw a blaster pistol yet. It was still holstered at this point. And you see that they do have a small pouch that's sitting on kind of their you know, holster belt.
For snacks.
For snacks.
What kind of snacks do they have? Sardines?
I want to drag them into the turbo lift.
Well, one's unconscious, so we can still maybe...
They're both unconscious.
No. One of them's dead.
One's dead.
Yeah, one's pretty much dead.
His skull cracked.
They're both not currently awake. I want to drag them into the
Okay.
turbo lift.
So we'll drag him to the
And
turbo
we'll tie
lift.
the
I'm
one
gonna-
that's unconscious up.
I'm going to pull the
We're going to tie him to
blaster
the dead
and
man.
belt
Give me the dead man.
off of him.
All right, so you also have acquired a stim pack. Out
And
of
I'm going to
the
look
pack,
at
the pouch.
Maranatha. or
And what kind is it? Just a
Marenga,
regular light blaster?
It's a
or-
light blaster pistol. It'll do 5 damage, crit 4.
And I look at Marenga and I say, hey, put on the suit. I put on one of the suits.
All right, you put on one of the suits. He puts on one of the suits.
Blaster.
Okay, so
Jerky pouch,
you
everything.
also have a stim pack that is sitting within that little pouch that I described.
Perfect. And some
Um,
beef jerky.
And each one of you that is wearing their vest
Yes.
has a +1 soak.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
What I would like for each one of you to do is roll me a D100.
Okay. Ooh, 62. So close.
So close, and yet so far away. 30.
Okay.
800. I rolled 100.
800 out of 100.
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, 10.
No, you rolled a 10.
Well, how do you roll
The
100?
zeros.
All zeros.
All zeros.
Oops, all zeros.
So, that's pretty pathetic, though.
All right.
Well, unless
So
the low
Marenga-
was what we were going.
As you're going through,
Yeah,
grabbing
that's-
at the uniform that you have, you kind of dig into like one of the cargo pockets that's sitting there, and you find a little hollow messenger.
A hollow messenger?
Yeah, so it's basically like a comm link, but it just has a little hologram capability that's built into it.
Okay.
All right.
Smash that and throw it away. It's got a tracker in it, I guarantee you.
Hey, Aaron.
I know, Michael.
Hey, Aaron. What you found? Well, this is random table.
Okay.
What you found was as you were kind of digging through, and you had that little pouch that had the stim pack in it.
And jerky.
Right next to it, you found what looks to be a little data chip or data spike.
What would I need to roll to find a Twinkie?
100.
Oh.
Um,
Well, I did. 1, 0, 0. Look,
so,
right there. All zeros is a 0.
and I need the dice back as well. Okay.
And we each have a
Um,
blaster pistol
correct.
and a protective vest.
As you were helping them kind of get everything situated and helping them strap on one of the pieces of armor, you found in one of the like little tactical pockets a vial that is labeled as Nullicaine.
Nice.
Nullicaine?
We got drugs.
Nullicaine. It's one of the few substances in this game that helps you recover strain.
Oh.
Is blaster pistol damage 6?
5.
It's 5 crit 4.
5 crit.
It's a light blaster pistol.
Okay, short range, right?
Yes.
Or not medium?
Nope.
And no special, or it has a stun setting?
There is it has a stun setting.
Okay.
It's more like click, click.
And as Jack is helping you kind of get your armor strapped over onto you, on one of the tactical pouches that's sitting just underneath the side, he's like, "What's this?" And he pulls off what looks to be kind of a makeshift truncheon.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's Jack's
That's
truncheon.
Jack's.
Oh, that's Jack's.
Yeah, you got a pistol. He gets the other weapon.
Trade with Jack. Trade with Jack. You have big hands. Trade with Jack.
But I don't have any melee. I'm all brawl.
That's fine. You have 3 brawn. Trade with Jack.
but
Get Jack a gun.
I still want range.
You just dealt 9 damage and no range.
Yeah.
Trade with Jack.
How often am I going to do that?
More often if you've got +2.
What, for the
The
truncheon?
truncheon.
But you don't get that with brawl, do you?
Yeah.
You have to use, that's melee.
No.
That's melee.
That's both.
No, truncheon is melee.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
But it
The
uses your
damage
brawn.
bonus uses your brawn plus the damage that's on the thing.
So
Well, basically, it's a stick. I'll
It's a
find
plus
other
2.
sticks.
Right. No, a truncheon is a plus
plus
2
2 stick.
melee weapon. So basically, what would happen is you would roll your brawn. Whatever you have successes, you're starting with a 5 plus successes because of your brawn.
So if you rolled a 4, you deal your 9 damage. You don't have to roll 6 successes to deal 9 damage anymore.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So it's what you want to do. Do you want the blaster and have a little bit of range, or do you want the truncheon? It's up to you. You're the one that found
It is up to
Right,
you.
right.
That is entirely true.
Yeah. No, I'll come in.
And
with
as this is
fist
going
for
on, the
another.
turbo lift doors have closed behind you, and you've started,
Down.
careening down to the next layer or level.
I'll take a boot. How much does a boot give me? I'll hit him with a boot.
Straight boot.
Das Boot.
We're going down.
And that,
We're yelling timber.
correct me if I'm wrong, or were we at a? I just need to double check the time. Because the next
10.
one is going to be a quick session.
We're at 27 minutes. Why don't we just go through?
All right, we're going to
Just
go
go
ahead and
straight
roll after. All right, so with that, you kind of roll down to the next level, and as that door opens, it's almost an identical layout, except the walls have kind of changed. It's no longer this this oval shape, outer perimeter wall. It seems more like it's been moved into an octagon shape. So what you would kind of recognize is the walls are kind of the walls are kind of getting further and further apart. So you can tell that you're getting lower and lower and lower in this building, and the structure is physically changing at this point. But again, as the door opens, you see some what looks like offices, very similar to what you had in the floors above you. But as you turn around, you kind of see that same thing. There's a center divider wall, and then there's another turbo shaft behind you.
Do we have handcuffs?
They are guards, so I would say that would make some common sense to have some kind of binders.
Do you mind if I cuff you and you cuff Jack?
You think they're really gonna believe us with our dreads and?
We've got key cards, full uniforms, and we're walking like we mean it.
Okay.
Act like you own the place.
We're the prisoners. Okay. And don't look at the naked bodies in the turbo lift.
Listen, I've seen Star Wars games where
Twi'leks take over,
Twi'leks take over-
cartels.
I've seen Star Wars games where Mon-Cals disguise themselves as humans and it works.
Okay.
So
All right.
All right.
So yeah,
I'll
we're
let
gonna
you
we're
do
gonna
all the
cuff these
talking.
guys.
Yeah.
Jack, do you mind if we cuff you and use this as our ruse to get through this building?
Try it. I'm game for it.
Let's go.
So he sticks out his hands and lets you put binders on it. Where are you guys going? So it's very similar kind of layout. So I'm not going to change the map on you.
No, it's the same room. Is there a door?
Is there another turbo lift?
Hmm?
Is there another turbo lift too? or-
Well, it's very similar. So you could see that there's an office here, and then there's a turbo lift on the
Can
other
we
side.
see a door out?
No, you do not see one.
We gotta go
Do I
down.
gotta ask you
Going
again? Do I need to
I mean,
meditate
you
again?
guys could keep making the same assumptions if you want to keep making the same
Yeah,
assumptions.
I'm thinking we'll
It's
try it.
Probably a pretty standard.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's
so we just
go.
gotta change over.
And we can look. We can see if the floor, if the floors
That's
go
true.
down.
That's true. So yeah, we move over that direction.
All right.
Come on, get going.
Perception checks from everybody. Average, please.
This is session 3, right?
Yes, it is.
One
So we've had
advantage.
2 sessions, is what you're telling me?
Oh, do we get XP for
Everybody's
those?
desperate for XP.
So how much do we get for each session?
It's 5.
5. Okay.
And we're gonna pick up another yellow die. Hey, baby. I got 2 successes and a threat.
Okay.
2 threats.
Strain. Because you're worried about you can't do anything. What'd you get?
1 threat. I mean, 1 success. 1 advantage. No successes.
Okay. So I'm going to let you hold on to that as if it's a boost for your next roll.
Okay.
Okay, so just set aside a boost for your next roll. And you said 1 success? And,
2 successes and 1 threat.
okay. So I'm going to give you a setback on your next roll.
Oh, so
Okay.
no strain. Okay.
No. I'm going to give you a setback on your next roll. And as you come walking around the corner, you see a very similar uniform to what you saw up on your upper floors. You see a detention center officer that looks, it's not the lieutenant, but he's dressed very similar to the lieutenant. So you can kind of make an assumption that he is an officer of some sort.
And I have a truncheon now, too.
You didn't trade, I thought.
Well, but a prisoner's not carrying a
Oh, that's
truncheon.
fair.
You slag.
I stand
You
at
there.
attention. I stand at attention as he comes by.
What are you doing down here?
We were told.
What are these prisoners doing down here?
We were told they were here for transport.
Transport? Where's your orders?
My orders have come directly from whatever his name is, Antinous Tremaine. He personally has requested these prisoners.
And Tennis is up on the 42nd floor,
He said
not down here on the lowest levels.
He said to take them to the lowest levels possible. He has
This is irregular. Just wait here while I check with command.
Do I see anybody else around here?
And it's about that moment that he kind of looks over and goes, "Who the hell are you?"
And it's about that moment we probably need to roll initiative.
Initiative.
Well, balls.
Yeah, there's only so far you can go with an alien in a uniform at point blank with one dude.
I got 3 advantage.
Well, especially when they have
Do I
trails.
roll as well? Or am I-
My dreads, man.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Everybody's in initiative.
Oh,
You don't need your hands to scream at the man.
Oh. How often can you scream?
What did you get?
One
there's
success,
no
2
limit.
advantage.
yeah, there's no limit here. Yeah, and then I got 1 success. That's fine.
Okay then. So it is NPC and then all PCs.
Excellent. What does he do?
He immediately chimes up and grabs his comm link and starts speaking into it, going, command, this is, and he just gives some designation. I have a prisoner transport that's been requested by Antinous on level 12. And please confirm the order. I do not have any other information.
Can I spend
That's
that?
what he's going to do for his turn.
Can I spend that destiny point to say Antinous was anticipating a call like this?
You can spend it if you'd like.
And he responds affirmatively that he is sending them down there?
Well, he probably would respond affirmatively if he wants to. But that could raise questions for him, too.
It could.
If you're going to do that, I guess I shouldn't hit him in the head.
Well, I mean, it's PC turn, so if you're going first, you get to make your choice of what you want to do. So I will allow you to spend a destiny point that way.
I mean, does
hands
the
down.
destiny point cost my turn?
For you to consume a destiny point and create an action?
Well, it's not really creating an action. That's having somebody else respond. That's not
Look,
me.
we're splitting hairs here. Either you get to make the turn and use a destiny point, or you don't.
I don't know. I think that if you use a destiny point, that's your turn.
Yeah.
Because
But
that's
I'm
what
not-
you do on
That
your
is the
turn.
way I've always operated, and that is what you do on your turn. Is
I
you're
see what
gonna
you guys are
spend
saying.
it.
We can argue about it afterward. I just won't do it. We'll just kill the guy. It's fine. I pull out a blaster pistol and shoot at him. It's fine. We'll skip niceties.
That's what you want to do. I mean, I'm being serious here, though, but that's...
No, I know.
He
but
spent his turn, but that's the thing. He spent his turn on a comm link.
yes, but
Even
I'm
though he
not
rolled initiative,
actually-
he spent his turn on a comm
I'm
link.
not actually doing an action, but it's neither here nor there. I'll just shoot him if that's the only way we can do it. Because I don't want to waste the destiny point because you're not being clear if it works or not.
Right. Are you stunning him or are you killing him?
I mean,
Well, you've told
I
me
don't know
what
how to
you-
work a blaster pistol.
You've told me what you want the narrative story point to
Yes.
be. So
Yes.
that is the consumption of the narrative story point.
Mhm.
Story point. If you want that to be the story point, then that's the story point.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
I'm
the
simply
easiest way for
asking
us
you if
get
you
out.
want to use your last story point or destiny point
Yes.
as your action to do so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then so be it. That
Yes,
just means I have plenty of upgrades. And as he chimes in over the comm link, you hear a very quick reply going, Lieutenant, this is Antinous. I have requested this transfer. The Nautilin is bringing vital knowledge to us. He is one of our... Oh. It's above your pay grade. They've been authorized. And then the comlink cuts quiet. And the officer looks back over, still cutting you a very dirty look.
And I'm smiling.
Disgrace to the uniform.
It's true. He's incredibly useful.
Very well.
Brilliant.
Carry on. And he turns and he starts to walk off.
Leave it to the Nautilin.
It worked.
Yes. So let's get in the turbo lift.
So you get in the turbo lift, and obviously it can go up a couple of floors, but that's
We're
the
going
extent
down.
of what's going on.
But we're going down.
Down.
And as you head down, you come to the door slides open, and as it slides open, you just get this overwhelming smell of debris, of burning plastic, of sulfur, smoke. You can. It kind of billows a little bit back
close
into
your
the.
mouth.
Brush your damn teeth. And as you look out across, you see piles of rubble, but you're staring at a street. What looks like a street that's connected to probably some drop-off points that are just right underneath the building. So you see these main columns at each corner of the building, and you see pipes that are, steam pipes sitting off around. And it's just a very kind of industrial look that you could tell is kind of feeding this building and feeding energy and life up into this building. But as you do so, and as you step out and kind of take a look around to kind of get your bearings, you're hearing blaster fire way down the streets. You're hearing explosions go off down the streets. You're seeing rubble still falling off of one side of the building coming down as it's hitting the ground. And just, it's like if you've ever seen a building that's on fire, it'll continuously have like some stuff that just drops and comes down. And you're seeing that off to one side of the building. And you're seeing a few dead troopers that are just around this facility. But as you look back over your shoulders, you start to see that there's a couple of what looks like fighting positions and, some almost bunkers that are sitting right there, what you would think would be security checkpoints. And inside those security checkpoints, you still do see a couple of troopers that have blasters that are aimed out along the way.
Do I see any